Jamendo.com.
Salute everyone. Knicks Real Talk Tonight show. It's your man Divine. I got Shaw Powers in the building. We're about to break it down. Knicks going MSG tonight against the Detroit Pistons. 105-91. Came out with the victory. All around good game for the Knicks. A lot of good things to talk about, man. On a night where we minus a lot of players, but we came in there and fought and scrapped tonight. One of the better games I've seen all year. We're gonna break down the team stats. We're gonna get into the player stats. It was all good, man. Shaw Powers was good.
Salute Divine, salute chat. Let's get it. What a win tonight, man. Where we needed to get it in there, man.
Yeah, real talk, man. That was an impressive win. We fought hard on the defense then. We came out to play tonight, man. And, it was against a scrappy young little team, man. Like I said earlier in the pregame, them young men go hard down there. So, they trying to find their way with the team they had. But mine's a couple of they big players. But we went out there and played tonight, man, down about 5 or 6 or 7 players. Because of the protocol, we still came to MSG tonight, gave the fans what they wanted. We're going to break down Kemba Walker, Mitchell Robertson, Evan Fournier. We're going to get into the great. We're going to break all that down. But good win overall, man. I'm glad we got the victory tonight, man, to move us to 15 and move us to 14 and 17. Got a win back under our belt. Hopefully we can go in and get a next one, man. But Shop House overall, man, this was a good win.
Yeah, man, they did exactly what they needed to do tonight, man. They got some rebounds tonight. The centers played real good tonight. Shout out to Mitch, and all around game from Randle, Kemba, and Fournier tonight. So, we keep things up like this, man. My optimism rises.
Yeah, absolutely. And I second that, man. Because like I said in the post here, all it takes is to get one good win, just to to get a good feeling about yourself, get a good feeling about the team, get a good feeling about, where you're headed. And the one thing that interested me after the win, I heard Mitchell Robertson post game. He was talking about how the team had a meeting, which is good. They probably needed that. The guys had a meeting, everything, and talk about, things they want to do and get back to where they were last year and all that good stuff. And I was surprised when I heard Mitch talking to Mike Breen. He just sounds so professional about it, man. The way he handled it, man, with the maturation of him being able to talk in on the camera and all that good stuff, man. So he really had a good interview, post-game interview. I was happy to see that. Good for Mitch. And he really dominated that game night, which he's supposed to. And he really took advantage of it, man. He was dominant. That's what me and you were talking about at the beginning of the season. That's what we wanted to see for sure.
Yeah, facts, Divine, man. I did see that part. I did see him talking and talking about, they still thinking about getting into the playoffs. So that really bodes well with me. Makes me know that these guys are still trying to be diligent and get together on what they need to do and how to run the schemes out there. Can't talk too much about Mitch, man. Everybody, some days Mitch is this, Mitch ain't doing this, and Mitch ain't doing this. 17 points tonight, about a double game tonight, at least three blocks tonight, and all of that on $1.8 million.
Yeah, absolutely. This was the Mitch we was hoping to see, and like Alan Hahn said in a post game, you know what? it takes a time for somebody who haven't played that long, or for almost 9 months. Then you gain all that weight. Now he's just starting to get he's starting to get his energy back, and he was showing it tonight, man. Even he was snatching rebounds. He was having. I love the way Kemba Walker him was in that pick and roll. I mean, the crazy thing now, it creates a dilemma. You know what I mean? And it was because you had a point guard like Kemba Walker, who got on the ball, throwing them lob threats. You know what I mean? That was good, man. So Mitchell Robertson, Kemba Walker, what can I say? 2 games, 50 points, 29 in Boston, 21 tonight. You know what I mean? So I think Evan Fournier for the last 3 games, he's been knocking them down real good. 32 the other night, 20, 21, and 22 tonight. So it was good to see, man. And we'll break all that down, man. But it was good to see. We needed to win. We got back off, got off the ground and got back up rolling, man. And now we need to move on to Thursday and see if we can. Gonna be a tough game against Washington with Bradley Beal and them cats. That team is way better than Detroit. So but I do think that we come out. Hopefully we get Obi Toppin back. Hopefully we might get RJ Barrett back. And that'd be huge for us. You know what I mean? So we let's hope that thing go. But overall, though, man, we get into the grades and everything later. What a good win for us. We needed it. We got it. We just got to continue pressing on.
Yeah, facts with that, Divine. All these players really came out to play tonight, and I'm happy to see what they did tonight, man. Let's bust down some stats and see what's going on with everything else.
Yeah, real talk. I'll throw that up there, man, and let's see what the Knicks did and the box scores, and we give out some grades and all that good stuff. Overall, man, let's look at the Knicks box score right now. Starting Julius Randle, 38 minutes, 8 for 18, 4 from 5 from the free throw line. He had 11 rebounds, 1 steal, 3 assists, plus 13, 21 points. Good game for him. I'm gonna give Julius Randle a nice B+ tonight, man. You know what? Matter of fact, I'm gonna give him an A, but this is the reason why. He played within the confines of the game. You know what I mean? And still the turnovers is the issue. He got to correct that eventually. But you know what? 21 plus when he didn't force a lot of things because the other guys had it going. So I'm gonna give him that A tonight, man, for real.
Yeah, he definitely came out to play some ball tonight, man. I'm right along with you with that A, man. He did what he had to do. He definitely got that double up there. He stayed. Is he plus? He's plus 13. Yeah, plus 13. That's what we need to see from him more often and stuff like that. A big A for Julius Randle.
Yeah, real talk, man. Salute to the streets of Buzzing. Shoot to Dermot O'Sullivan. Salute, Dermot. Appreciate you coming in. We got my boy Will in the building already, so salute to you guys. Yeah, he did, man. That was a good overall one for him. Nerlens Noel, 23 minutes. That's what's crazy. No field goals. He didn't score. 2 foul techs, but that's it. Minus 10. He just didn't have it tonight, man. 3 rebounds. Got to get way more than that out of him, man. So Nerlens Noel get the C+ tonight.
Yeah, just to see him in there, getting a couple of blocks that he did get tonight, it really helped out. Beginning of the third quarter, something had happened to him. Some got hit in the face in the second quarter. He didn't come out to the third quarter, which evidently kind of was better for us to get out on that 21-point run that we went on with Mitchell Robertson. Noel, I give him like I say, about a C. He was in there. He was scrappy. He got some fouls out there. I give him definitely a C.
Okay, yeah, that sounds about right as well. And Kemba Walker, 40 minutes, 8 for 21, 3 for 9 from 3, 3 for 4 foul techs. Listen, he out rebounded Noel tonight, bro. Kemba Walker, 7 points, 6 assists, 1 turnover, plus 13. I'm giving Kemba Walker an 8 tonight for sure. A great all-around game he played. He was a floor general type thing. It was good to see, man. And when I seen him and Kemba Walker high five and going back to that end of the game, I'm like, what's crazy? But you know what? Kemba Walker definitely gets an A for me tonight, man. What a game he played tonight.
Yeah, Kemba really came out and showed out tonight, man. The last couple of games, he's been really putting the ball in the hole and trying to, bolster himself and pick up the team where they really need it. He definitely gets an A tonight. Tibbs got something hard to think about now that Walker's back in the lineup and he's scoring like this and 8 rebounds, man. That's major. 5 assists, 1 turnover. That's some good ball tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I agree with you on that one. He really came out and played, man. So, but you know what? That's what a veteran wide a guy like that who can play ball do what he do, and he did it against a team that he's supposed to did it against, man. And I'm happy for that. His last two games, 29 and 21, 50 points in two games. Salute to Kimber Walker, man. Way to stay professional about this thing. Don't let it get to you, man. You just want to ball out. And he coming out balling out. So he got a +9, and I ain't seen a +9 from Kim in a while because he ain't played in a while. But good performance by him. Alec Burke, 41 minutes, 2 for 10, 1 for 4 from the 3-point line, 3 for 4 from the charity stripe, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. You know what? He didn't have to do a lot of scoring because a lot of other guys had it going, but he's a +13. So I'm definitely giving him a B+ tonight, man. Because his defense was there tonight as well. And I like the way he played tonight, man. We didn't need a shot. He didn't force nothing. And not to have so many guys and still be able to come out there and perform like that. I get Alex Puck definitely give him a B tonight. He did well for me.
Yeah, Alex, Mr. B, Burks. I try to stay around a B with him at all times, man. His game sometimes he may not carry a high number of scoring, but tonight his stats really went across the boards. 7 rebounds, 6 assists. He stayed in the positive. He definitely gets a B from me. Solid B for Burks.
Absolutely. I mean, I agree with you 100%. When Kimmel went out and he had to control the point guard situation, he did that well. Like I said, he dropped 6 assists tonight. And you can't ask for more than that. He only had 1 turnover too. Good job of him. Evan Fournier, 41 minutes, 9 for 24, 4 for 11 from 3. He had 1 rebound, two rebound, 3 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, 1 turnover, +18. Evan Fournier gets a really good solid A for me tonight as well. One of the better games that he had this year. So I'm definitely going to give him that.
Yeah, can't speak too much about Fournier, man. These last couple of games, he really been trying to, he must have been hearing the chatter about him and what's going on with him, man. He really played a good game tonight. Some little stats all across the board and stuff like that. Plus, he stayed in the positive and he hit 22 points. Yeah, Fournier got to get an A for me tonight.
Yeah, real talk. He played a wonderful game. And we got to salute him for that. And then let's go to the bench, man. Wayne Selden, 9 minutes, 1 for 2 field goal, 1 for 1 for 3. 2 for 4 from the foul line, 5 points, -3. He gets a C+ for me tonight.
Yeah, I definitely can come right around where you at about a solid C. He came out there, he spent some minutes out there for us. He hit a key 3-pointer for tonight, and he stayed active. +5, yeah, I give him a C.
Good deal. I can see that. Yeah, that was good. I don't know how long he's gonna be around, but he came in and made the most of it when he came in there.
That's right.
Right. Todd Gibson, 19 minutes, 4 for 6, 1 for 2 from the 3-point line. Didn't get to the charity stripe. But check though. The cat had 5 rebounds, 2 assists, +4. I'm giving Todd Gibson a solid B+ tonight, man. I think he played a good game tonight. I wouldn't even have a problem with an A, but I'm gonna give him a B+ on that one. But he played his game. He backed up the power forward situation. And I like Todd at his natural position. When that's his natural position as the power forward all through his career. But he played it well, man. Had a nice dropped a nice trade ball. I like when he went baseline and kind of do that little dunk in there, so that was nice. But I definitely will give him a B+ tonight. Well deserved from me.
Yeah, just a veteran. That's all he is, man. He comes out, he plays hard every night, does what he has to do. He may not give you 30 points tonight, but he definitely gets some elbows and some pushes over there to make sure that you just don't come and try to just penetrate to the lane. Tonight, I'm going to give Gibson an A just because of his effort tonight. And like you said, he sprung right up and did that little soft dunk and stuff, shows that he still got a little something in his legs. So right. I definitely give him my A tonight.
Okay, absolutely, well deserved. Hey man, then let's go to the man in the middle, Mitchell Robertson, 25 minutes, 8 for 9, 1 for 2 from the charity stripe, 14 rebounds, 6 offensive rebounds, 1 steal, 3 blocks, only 1 turnover, plus 24, 17, triple A lithium tonight from me, brother.
No question about that. And the stats that you see out there about those blocks, he had a couple of. I always say I joke around when I used to say at the beginning of the year, 13 points, 15 rebounds, 2.5 steals, and about 10 almost steals. This guy had about 4 or 5 almost blocks tonight, man. I mean, I said steals, blocks. He had about 4 or 5 almost blocks tonight that didn't contribute on the stat sheet.
Right.
Ultimate tonight. He gets an A, like you said, A platinum tonight. He played just the way I need. I was hoping that he can play the whole season.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the reason why you got to give him that also, when he went out the game, them cats got back in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the game, he shut it down, man. Mitchell Robinson, we've been wanting to see that all year. He might be finally getting a little win to the sail. And like I said, his press conference was awesome, man. I got, the one thing to see a guy what he could do on a basketball court, physically, but mentally his maturation impressed me. You know what I mean? He wasn't the most, I don't want to say, well-spoken guy when he first came to the league, but over the years, like that interview was nice to see, man. But he was saying how the guys is locked in, they ready, go try to fight for that playoff spot again. They had that team talk or whatever, and I figure over the last 2 days, they had a chance to really, because there's a lot of stuff circulating in the media, so they wanted to make sure that, everybody was on the same accord, and then Mitchell Robertson got a chance tonight, man, and I think Tom Thibodeau going to have a decision with that. Do you go back to Mitchell Robertson at the starting lineup pretty soon? You know what I mean? So, it's a good problem to have either way it go. But overall, there was some good grades. Nothing too much about the Pistons. They was all minuses except for Rodney Magruder. Everybody else was in the minus. But we only gave up 91 points. That's pretty awesome, man. 17 in the first quarter, 20. That third quarter got away a little bit when they kind of got back in, but we shut them back down to 22 in the last quarter. But and that's because of them coming out the fast break points we be getting up. We got to fix that. But I'll take that, man. I'll take that win tonight. We improved the 14 and 17 shot power. They're looking pretty good right now in New York for tonight anyway.
Yeah, I kind of glad that they had this time off to really talk about stuff, man, because with these guys on the court, man, somehow, some way they got to figure out how to play within each other, because we have some, scorers, people that need the balls in their hand. And I'm pretty sure they sat around and they chopped it up and talk about, listen, man, we all can eat off of this ball, man. I mean, we ain't got to all go 30 points a night, but if we get, a sustainable amount of points between the three of us, man, we should be able to eat. You know what I mean? And, make sure that we can bolster our season, man. And it's been looking pretty good the last couple of games, man.
Yeah, absolutely. If you look at everything overall, we shot 44% from the field. They shot 36%. We shot 33 from 3-point. They shot 24. Turnover, they had 14. We had 13, but we out rebounded them 52 to 48. Like I said, it's a gutsy little team, man. You can't take nothing from them guys, man. They came out and played hard tonight. And for a team to be bottom feeders in the league and still the NBA ball player, they're professionals, and they still try to come out there and put up a gallant effort to try to get this victory over us. But unfortunately, we had a little bit too much for them in the inside. So when I see him go with Mitchell Robinson at the 5, Todd Gibson and Randle at the 3, and I was like, whoa, that was pretty interesting. I seen him do that. So overall, man, it was a good effort for us, man. I can't say enough about what we did tonight. We needed to win. We supposed to win that game, and and we won it, and that's the most important thing. For it helped us ease the pain a little bit in New York for right now.
Yeah, it definitely does, man. It changes the what people are talking about right now, and to see these guys really some of the same people that we talked about that we were ready to get rid of maybe 4 or 5 games ago, that really came on and they showed that they still got a little bit in their tank and stuff like that. Tibbs is I'm going to say this tonight. Tibbs is going to have some real quiet I forgot the word I was about to say, but he's going to have a lot of choices to make when we get back healthy, with Deuce coming back and RJ and Obi coming back and stuff like that. I'm glad Tibbs been a coach for a long time, because he's going to have a lot of things that he's going to have to figure out once these guys get back healthy. And I don't know, but I'm just going to throw this out there. I don't know if we sit Kemba down now, what we're gonna do now? Take these guys come back and just make him back situational again? That's not gonna be a good look for the New York Knicks teams and the franchise. So Tibbs in the front office got a lot of things to think about in these next couple of games, man.
Yeah, real talk. We're gonna talk about that after we do this, man. Because you got a great point there. But like I said, the key to the victory tonight for me, man, was the rebound was on.
Yep.
The rebound was on point. The defense did what they did. They were pretty dominant, except for other than the third quarter. But when they need to lock it in, they locked it in on the defense. Like I said, when they got to the charity stripe, they knocked them down. So it was good to see. But overall, Kemba Walker's aggressive play, I think he was a really big part of that thing, because I think he got Mitch involved early. You know what I mean? And then Fournier knocked down some shots early, and just Julius Randle took it as they came. I was happy to see that, man. He didn't force anything. So that was one of the major things to me with our defense and our rebounding, and overall just the guys played with flow. They were moving the ball. The assist numbers were decent. They moved the ball around the perimeter good tonight and got open looks for whoever was there. But Mitch offense rebounding was far bar none. It was better than everybody's. You know what I mean? And when that young man could play like that, I think we were dominant. But I definitely think that was the key to the victory for me. But the way they rebounded that ball tonight and played defense.
Yeah, I mean, big thing about Mitch getting busy the way he did tonight is he was really aggressive tonight, and he had a true point guard that was in there facilitating for him, man, and moving the ball and keeping everybody on the opposite team's defense, playing their man. So this way, when someone takes a shot, Mitch has a chance of grabbing that rebound over somebody. And with Kim in that lineup, man, it made Mitch look really good tonight, man. You put a point guard, and Mitch. This is probably more or less what you're going to see pretty much the rest of the year.
Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely. And and it was important that that Kemba found Mitch like that, because that's what Mitch been missing, other than him not being in shape. But pointing somebody who can get the ball to him, other than him, you notice the game he had when McBride was in there, because McBride was getting the ball. And, you know what I mean? You see what the game he had tonight, because Kemba was getting the ball, because he's not a shot creator. So if he's not a shot creator, you need somebody to get him shots. And,
sorry, Devon, go ahead.
No, go ahead, brother. But I think that was important tonight for sure.
And one thing that we always talk about Mitchell Robertson is he played a little down low game tonight, man. He threw a little jump hook out there, a little clap off the boards. He didn't he got the ball, and instead of you didn't see him too much. I mean, you seen him set the pick and dive down towards the paint. But he got a couple of moves in the paint from passes that people gave him and off of offensive rebounds. So really good game from Mitchell Robertson tonight, man.
Yeah, real talk. Hey, Robert Woodward got a great point there. Rob got a great point there, man. You might have to play all three of them point guards, man. I mean, I think it's going to, because you know what? We obviously know Deuce is going to be that odd one out, because he is a rookie, and he played a couple of good games for him because we needed him. But let's say they don't do nothing with Kemba Walker. He's going to have to play him. There's no way you can have somebody score 21 and 29 back-to-back games and don't play him. I don't think that would be a good look for him. But you know what? But Deuce still gonna have another week to go. You know what I mean? I think with the protocol situation, excuse me, people. But it was good to see Kemba get out there and do a thing, man. And it was good to see that they like, listen, man, they had that talk. Like I said, Mitchell Robertson, they all sat down, team talk. They probably try to get all this stuff out of the air, because they know it's gonna be a lot of stuff coming on out here in the media, as you know. And I had a report about me and people on channels, but I'm glad to see that he had a good game, man. He had a good game in Boston. That was so good to see, man. High character dude, like I said. But I was happy to see him smiling, doing this little shimmy. He had a popping out there tonight, shot for real.
Yeah, man. I mean, he's been playing, and he seemed energized. It seemed like he got some lively legs going on there. He wasn't always shooting a 3-pointer. He'll take the little step in and take the little short foul line jump shot and stuff like that. A couple of drives to the hole. He played some good defense tonight. He got a couple of charging calls on him and stuff like that. I mean, I'm glad Tibbs got the Tibbs going to have to be the one who figures this thing out, because, oh man, I don't know what I would do right now, man. Do I put him back to the man? He has a big decision to make.
Yeah, yeah. And I think in either way it go for the Knicks is a win-win no matter. And if you still decide to put these dudes on the trading block, you can't tell me their stocks ain't up. You know what I mean?
Facts.
So even if you still decide to trade Kemba Walker or trade Evan Fournier, if that's the case, they stocks can't be more higher now. You know what I mean? You're right. You're right, Dermot. Dermot, you're 100% right. That's the defense. That's the difference right there. But no matter what, the Knicks in a good place with this thing, man. Because like I said, you got to start Kemba Walker now. There's no way you take him out of that starting lineup right now for the foreseeable future until you think you're going to move him or whatever. As long as he's playing like this here, I just think that's what you got to. He was the starting point guard in the yard. That's why we brought him here. And though because of Tiz sat him down to talk about the rotation, we know sometimes that could be a blessing. You know what I mean? It could be a blessing. You know what I mean? Tiz like this, if you can't give us what you can give us, then we don't need you. And maybe and that's something he had to deal with. But he took it like a man and sat down the bench and stayed team oriented, still rooting for the team. He got his opportunity because of COVID. He made the best of it, and hopefully he don't look back. We brought him here for that reason. So, good salute to Kemba Walker, man, first of all, for staying professional.
Facts.
Through the whole thing, man, and knowing pride is always on the line. I don't even say ego, just his pride. He's a prideful man, even one of the best point guards in the NBA over the last 10 years. So I can understand how the man will feel, but he took it all to stride, and I'm glad to see him bounce back and had 2 good games. And then Evan Fournier, we was about to run him out of New York. You know what I mean? We were about to run him out of New York, but he stayed the course. The last 3 games, he's been shooting pretty well. So salute to Evan Fournier. 22 points a night. You know what I mean? He did what he had to do. Was aggressive. I like that way. He was real aggressive tonight. And that was good to see, too, for him as well.
Yes, it really was, man. He didn't falter tonight. He didn't hesitate. He didn't stutter step. He came off the picks from that pick that Julius sets for him, and he plants his feet. He gets set. He jumps up and he shoots the ball. And he also got a nice amount of shots tonight. He shot the ball 24 times tonight, I think it was. 24. Yeah, so he shot the ball a lot tonight. So he had a lot of opportunity to get looks and try to make some baskets, which he wasn't getting in some of the games before. So, really good game from him, man. If he could continue doing this, man. Me personally, I think Fournier's here for the rest of the year. Unless some major trade comes around, or we can really move him to somewhere where, like a San Antonio or something like that. I keep saying San Antonio because I like that boy Murray over there. But I think Fournier may be one of the guys that may stay for the duration of this year.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how that goes because, like I said, we brought him here to do what he did the last 3 games. He dropped 32 in Boston or something like that. 22 game prior to that against, I think it would have to be, if I'm going to say it right, Houston. I think he went off in Houston game as well. So he might be finding getting his footing. You know what I mean? But no matter where it go, I think it's going to be a good problem either way it go. You know what I mean? You keep him and he can do this the rest of the season. Okay, that's cool. But if we keep doing this, his trade values, I just think it's a win-win for the Knicks. But this is one of the first times all year we've seen this team play, and not because they played Detroit. It's not even about playing Detroit. It's about the way they were playing. For me, I think they was moving the ball. They was aggressive. Wow, see my boy Money Mitch finally get back into what he normally could do. Randle didn't force anything too much. You know what I mean? He had 6 turnovers, which that's just Randle. But but he didn't make not too many bonehead plays this game. So overall, man, it was a good win. We needed it, and now hopefully Wednesday we get some more horses back. Because now, like you said, the head coach, the dilemma now. Now, what happens when RJ Barrett get back? Do you move Burke? Do you move Burke back to the 3 and put RJ back? Yeah, obviously you do. But then you keep Kemba Walker at the door? So it's gonna be the old starter lineup again. You know what I mean? When we go back, Kemba Walker, Fournier, RJ Randle, and Noel and Mitch. But if you ask me, Mitch need to be up in there for sure. And I always thought he should be up in there. So it's going to be interesting to see how this go, man. But until February or anything happens for then, we're just going to say sharp how that this is probably what he's going to roll out there for now.
Yeah. I'm not sure how they're going to rewrite this shit when RJ comes back and Obi comes back. if Kimba's going to still be starting. But if Kimba is still starting, I believe Burks may go back to that, like that second unit, where him and Kimba split some time together, and RJ may start again. Now, coming off of the protocol and all that stuff, not knowing if how his wind is, how he's gonna feel and stuff like that. If he could really get up and down the court, is he gonna have a little off game or something like that? If RJ comes back, I believe he'll be back into the starting lineup. And with Kemba playing the way he's been playing, Burks may, because we'll still be short, he may go into the second unit with Obi, and him, Obi, and even Noel or Mitch will probably be the three guys that are in charge. Will probably be the guys that come off the bench. I don't think we'll see Sheldon again. We may not see oh my God, what's the guy that we Dot. We might not see Dot again. If when RJ comes back. So let's see what happens and stuff. I'm just throwing it out there because if RJ comes back and Randle, and Kemba is still in the starting lineup, I mean Burks, who took Kemba's spot, may go back into that back to the bench, back to the second unit. But just because he goes back to the second unit doesn't mean he doesn't end the game. But I think if Kemba stays, I think Burks goes back to the second unit.
Yeah, I think he go back to his original plan from the beginning of the season.
Yeah,
absolutely. Have Kemba Walker, Fournier, RJ, Randle, and Mitch. That's what I would do basically.
Yeah,
and because unless we don't know how soon Derrick Rose is going to get back. But let's say Derrick Rose come back soon, then you got D Rose at the he's gonna go with D Rose. Then he's gonna go quickly. Then he's gonna go Alex Burks, Obi and Noel or Mitch, depending on who's starting. But you know what? And see, that's the tough thing about it. Now we got, as a fan base, we got to remember the McBrides and the Grinds of the world. They got to be in that rotation, but the minutes is going to be the issue. Unless the good thing about it, let's say if D Rose is not ready right now, you can take your time with D Rose.
Yes,
you can take your time with D Rose right now. Let D Rose rest and keep him strong for until he's ready to come back. But it ain't no rush. That's a good thing about it. Save his legs, save his energy, and if one of them young guys come back before he's ready, you pop him in there. Because you get them guys have earned they have earned the chance to be looked at and play. So if right now rest D Rose, you ain't got to rush him back. If Grimes and McBride come back, to me personally, I rest D Rose, and if McBride come back before he ready, just let McBride back up Kemba Walker.
Facts.
And quickly ain't back yet. If McBride come back, then let McBride get that back up that 2 spot until quickly get back. But we also got to understand that just like the guy didn't get a lot of minutes at the beginning of the season, even though they got to show and prove themselves, because of the situation with the injuries. But you don't lose your spot because of injuries in the NBA. I know that for a fact. So it's gonna be an interesting way to see how Tibbs gonna juggle this thing. Shaw Powers, because he definitely gonna have to have some guys who deserve to get burned, but might not be able to get that burn on a consistent basis right now.
Yeah, he's gonna have some things to figure out, and how to put things together and how to split these minutes up, and give these guys that we've seen for these 1 or 2 games that came out here and really elevated the game. I'm glad I'm not Tibbs, man. This is gonna be some scrambling he's gonna have to do, man. Oh, the good thing, like you said though, is right now, if D Rose can really sit out a little bit, man, he can really sit out, unless we really need him, but he can really sit out until the new year, after the new year, just to really get his leg and his ankle really, really back to par, man, 80-90% or something like that. We don't have to rush to put him back into the lineup if we don't necessarily have to. Even against Washington or Atlanta, if we can save D Rose and hopefully we get RJ Obi, and maybe one of the young guys. I think who was the third one that was out? Was it McBride? I think
Right.
yeah. So we could get those three guys back at least by Atlanta's game. I think we could still sit Rose down and let him rest his leg, because we in the beginning of next year we're going to have some hard games where we probably will need Rose, and we're going to need him when he's at his best. Leave him, give him some rest, and hopefully we'll see D Rose. I mean, I would love to have him back soon, but I don't want him to come back too soon, and he tweaks that ankle, or something happens to him. Rest. If these young guys come back, we'll see you at the beginning of the new year.
Yeah, real talk. I think that's probably be the wise thing to do for me is even if he's suited up, he can play. Just use him if you need him. They can say he's available to play, but if he don't have to play, don't play him. You know what I mean?
Right.
Rest him. You know what I mean? Rest that body of his. And if like you said, if these guys come back and give him the opportunity, I think we can hold it down. I mean, especially if you're going to start Kemba Walker. If this is all based on Kemba Walker starting. If you're going to keep Kemba now, you're going to have to put him back in the rotation. And there's no way I can see you taking him out right now because of his two performances. But and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know what I mean? So let's see if he stay in there, and if that's the case, then like I said, we'll be all right. I think it would that's why we supposed to have a big 15, and that's what them young guys showed us before they all went to COVID, going into the safety protocol. They showed us why we could be a big 15 because each one of them young men had a great game, and so that with that, and I want to see Noel, get back into what he do. I need to see him score that ball. The last couple of games, he ain't really scored too much, like 2 points here, no points there. But other than that, man, it was a good win tonight. We needed to win. It was a good bounce back win for us. We played a good game in Boston, man. We really did. We just didn't have enough horses to, to go the distance down there. But man, we only lost by so many, but it was only because of the fact we had no players in the second unit from a guard and forward and a guard and wing position. Because we only had Mitch, Todd, and Wayne Selden. So, in the Boston game, we didn't really have no wing player to even come in that game. You know what I mean? So that was crazy. So for them to play that good at Boston, I wasn't mad. I was kind of happy about that they stayed the course and fought hard. But to come out there tonight against a little scrappy little team with that, who played good defense, they're a good defensive team. Obviously, we only got 105 for that. But to have 105 with the amount of bodies that we had, that's another impressive thing to me. You played a good young little scrappy team, and we put up 105 with guys like Derrick Rose out here who averaging maybe 12 to 13 a game. You know what I mean? Obi Toppin's 10, 11 a game, and you still put up 105. You know what I mean? And a lot of the guys who we brought in to replace them didn't really, other than Wayne Selden, 4 or 5 points. You know what? And we still scored 105 on them, and I think that was pretty good. I think that front line was dominant. Isaiah Stewart and Trey Lyles, I've had nothing from Mr. Robertson today. You know what I mean? So, and I think that was so impressive today.
Yeah, definitely. One of the big reasons why we elevated our game today was because of Mitchell Robinson. Love him or hate him and stuff like that. That guy played some ball tonight. He got 17 points, double digits with rebounds, three block shots, and once again, only $1.8 million.
Mm-hmm. Yep, absolutely. And that's my whole thing about Mitch, man. I was like, y'all got to get this cat time to get back in shape.
Facts.
It's not easy to be out 9 months, gain almost 60 pounds, and maintain that on a daily basis. There's no way that's going to happen. You have to get back into your cardio shape. You got to get your wind back. And it takes time. But he had three in the matter of fact in the last week or two, last week and a half, he had 3 nice games like that. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Dominant games like that, man. So. If Mitchell Robinson could, continue this thing, man, and to Noel, I believe Noel is not where he needed to be because he missed the whole preseason and a lot of the beginning of the season. So he didn't really have a chance to really get back in shape like he wanted to. He had injuries here and there. So let's hope that, like I said, ain't how you start, it's how you finish. And I'm hoping that maybe, like I said, it's a marathon, not a sprint, like I always say. And, you might start in the back of the race, but that don't mean you can't move ahead and get into the front of the race. So, I think we're going to be fine, man. Hopefully we win this game. We win this game Thursday. I think the Knicks is back.
Yeah, man. If we could pull off the game against Washington, with Bill on the team and the other guy from Brooklyn, I mean, it'll give them the incentive to want to win some more. And the more that we bring back players, the better we're gonna get. I really think that right now everybody is starting to eat. They starting to feed off each other. You know what I mean? That gel is starting to, it's starting to get into in between those bones now, so there's no friction and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But only thing, what cures that is playing more and more together, and learning your teammates and knowing what he likes and what he doesn't like. And right now we look good tonight, man. It wasn't an undermanned Detroit team. Let's be clear. They had a pretty well, they had like 3 players out, but they had a rotational bench, and we came out there and they're a pesky defensive team. They scrap, man. They drive the ball to the hole, man. Mm-hmm. So in a couple of years, man, they fine tune their team, man. They're gonna be some team. They're gonna be looked at. You know what I mean? Cade Cunningham had a pretty decent game tonight. He looked good. Only when he didn't look good when he wanted to drive the ball in the hole when Mitch was there, though. All right, that's the homer in me.
That's all right. Yeah, Mitch wasn't having it tonight. He put up. He has about 9 rebounds, 7 8 assists. He was playing. He's gonna be special though. He's gonna be special. Yeah. He's gonna be special. Yeah, think about it. He only played. He was injured all early in the season as well. So he just really starting to get his groove. But yeah, Cade Cunningham gonna be special, and I like that guy, Sabian Lee. I said that in the pre-game. Man, I like watch out for that young man. He can get it too. So but good win, man. Good team win. Way to bounce back off the Boston game, man. We didn't play bad. We didn't play bad in Boston. We just didn't have enough at the end. But it was a good win for them, man. So we just got to move on to Wednesday, and we got Bradley Beal and Spencer Dinwiddie and them guys. The Washington Wizards coming into the world most famous arena on Thursday, 7:30 game, and we just got to go down there and try to defend home court again. That's going to be a tough out right there with them boys, but they can light it up, and they got some good shooters down there. Bertans, Danny Adiba having a good year. I mean, you got Kuzma down there. Mm-hmm. Caldwell Pope, I think he might be in healthy safety protocol. They got guys down there, man. So they can play, man. So we got to come and bring our A game against them guys Thursday. But it would be a tremendous win if we could pull that off. Pull that off Thursday, man, to get us to 15 and 17, right where we want to be, and going into Christmas Day. We hope Trae Young play. You want to beat the best. You want to go up against the best to beat the best. You want to beat the best. So I hope that. But if they're not, we won't have some of our guys neither. But we going into Christmas to get it popping. So let's hope that we can win this thing Thursday, and get 2 in a row for the first time since October. We've been trying to get this 2 in a row thing for a minute right now. Shaw Powers. So it could have been a better time to try to get a win right now.
Yeah, facts, man. And this is a good team to go in there and at the Garden, strengthen up our home court advantage, try to get a win at home. And they're also 2 games in front of us or something like that. 2.5 games in front of us. So a win tonight plus the win against them, that just pulls them down and pushes up the ladder. So that's a really, really a game that we really, really need to get in and try to get a win off of.
Yeah, real talk, absolutely, man. As a matter of fact, if we look at it right there, right now we got the Nets number 1, 12 and 21 and 9. The Bulls 19 and 10. Cavaliers third, 19 and 12. The Heat 19 and 13 at number 4. The Bucks 19 and 13 at number 5. The Sixers 16 and 15 at number 6. The Wizards 16 and 15 at number 7. The Hornets is under 500, 16 and 17 at 8. The Celtics at under 500 at 15 and 16. The Raptors is at 14 and 15 at number 10. The Hawks is under 500 at 14 and 15. The Knicks is 14 and 17. And Pacers 13 and 19. They lost tonight, so that helped us out. Then obviously the Magic and the Pistons are the bottom feeders. But if you look at, like I said, we win 2 games in a row. We 16 and 17. Man, we can move all the way up top there. You know what I mean? It's that simple. You know what I mean? Because we beat the Wizards, they moved to 16 and 16.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, just even though we've been playing bad, that's why I don't think the season's nowhere near over, just due to the fact of how close this thing is. and all it takes is to win 3 or 4 in a row, and get back over 500. Then the script is flipped, and then we back in the business. You know what I mean? So let's hope that the Knicks maintain and just try to get on a little winning streak right now. And if they could do that, I think we good to go, Shot Powers.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the way this thing is situated right here on the board, man. We right there, man. We are right there, and we are not far from anything, man. If we could put a two we could win the next 2 games, and make us 16 and 17. I mean, we right back up there. We're right back in the hunt, and I mean, we right back in the hunt, and for the end of this year and maybe into the first couple of weeks in the beginning of the second, I don't think we really have a team that's over 500. I mean, not big over 500, maybe a fifth or sixth set team. I don't. We could really turn this whole thing around with if we could string along a couple of wins together, man. Next 3, this win tonight, 2 more wins coming up for the rest of this week. We could be right there by the week of New Year's.
Yeah, absolutely. We just got to keep plucking and grinding, man. Just keep grinding, and just keep grinding game by game, step by step. It really felt good in that Garden night. Like I said, we hear a lot of stuff out here, but sometimes as men, you got to swallow your pride. And I seen Kemba Walker walk over to that bitch and give Tom Thibodeau that high five. That made me feel good as a Knicks fan, because it lets me know that what, everybody go through their little personal strikes in life. It's like what, let bygones be bygones, and I man up and you man up, and that's what happened. You know what I mean? And he came in there and did what he had to do. So salute to Tom Thibodeau and Kemba Walker for just being professional about what they deal with. You know what I mean? And I'm glad for Kemba Walker. I'm glad for Coach Tibbs. Let's just hope that we can get this thing going, man, and make the fan base feel good about the next couple of games, because it's been kind of tough for us last. We've been playing not terrible basketball. We haven't been playing our best basketball. I don't want to say terrible. I disagree with that, because we had some games we just were there. We just couldn't get over the hump. But I wouldn't say terrible. We just haven't been playing our best. But for us to to win the night against a Detroit team like we're supposed to beat, and we beat them, and I like the way we did beat them. I like the contributions we got from all our guys, and I just think it was big for us tonight.
Yeah, we definitely came out tonight and played some good ball, man. And the biggest thing about us winning tonight is that the next game will have some more people to rely on, and hopefully by Saturday we'll have some more players to come back and we can rely on to bolster our bench back up. We got some things we got to do, man. I hope they do some smart things, some smart thinking and stuff like that. Hopefully we can help Rose get a little better by letting him rest a little bit, and get his foot back together, and try to win some games, man. The main focus of these next 3-4 games coming up, man, is to try to win them, man. We really need to try to win a couple of games. Washington, here we come.
Yeah, absolutely. That's gonna be a really good game for us. It's like every game is important, but man, if we can handle our business at the World Most Famous Arena Thursday night against the Wizards, man, like I said, they got a good team down there. They got some quality players, but like I said, they under 500, or they right around 500. They one game over 500, so we need to drop them to 500. You know what I mean? So hopefully we can contain them. Our defense played good, man. And like I said, Mr. Robertson in his post-game interview, they talked about it, man, how they want to get back to who they were. And I was really impressed with that. I can't reiterate that enough. I was impressed. I was with Mr. Robertson, not the game, but the post-game. The post-game interview was real nice. I'm glad to see that man's maturation. And wow, it was wonderful to see. His energy was phenomenal tonight, man. I can't say enough for Mr. Robertson. You got to give out a game ball. He gets it for me tonight. You know what I mean? Because we know Kemba Walker's Kemba Walker. We know Fournier, they get paid to do that. But somebody making $1.8 million drops 17.14 rebounds, 3 blocks, 1 steal, plus 23 for $1,800,000. Where you got to give him the flowers tonight, man. So good job by Mitch, man. He definitely gets the game ball tonight. But on good impressive win though. I mean, it was only one. We ain't gonna get too big, we ain't gonna get too down, but it feels good to get a win. And because 9 out of 10 we was coming here talk about who don't need to be here, who need to be here. We disappointed in Tibbs, so it feels good we don't have to talk about that for one night. You know what I mean? Hopefully the Knicks fan base keep it going. You know what I mean? Hopefully keep it going, man, and we'll keep winning games. We ain't got to talk about that stuff. You know what I mean? Because we don't like to talk about it. We like to talk about the positive things about our team and the way they plan and the effort they put out there. So it always sounds bad when we got to kind of throw the negatives out there about the negative way they playing, but that's a part of having justice, man. It's plenty of reward for your acts and deeds. You know what I mean? If you're playing good, you get rewarded. If you're playing bad, you get reprimanded. That ain't the way I can tell you. You know what I mean? But overall, it was good tonight, man. I take that W tonight, Shop Out. I'm excited about that. I'm going to bed tonight feeling good tonight about the Knicks.
Right, facts, man. Tomorrow I'm gonna wear all my Knick gear and going to work and stuff like that. I got a couple of the guys at my job that we really go back and forth against each other. I don't want to say against each other. They some Brooklyn fans. They ain't no real Brooklyn fans. They only been Brooklyn fans for the last 2 years. You ain't no real Brooklyn fan. And so, but at any rate, yeah, man, I just hope that we can stay consistent and really get a day off to rest, you know what I mean, do some talking to tomorrow and get ready for Thursday's game against Washington at the MSG.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, man. I'm excited about that, man. We gonna get back in this thing, man. I just like the way we played tonight. It's not about because we played in Detroit. I just like the style of the way we played. Kemba Walker played a real aggressive game tonight. He was driving that ball to the hole. And his 3-ball game was on. Mitch was big. Randle played. He shot it. He took his shots in spurts. He had quite a few turnovers, but that's just we kind of used to that. But overall, man, he didn't force a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? And when you got guys like Fournier and Kemba Walker finally knocking down shots, I mean that's a big difference. I mean, and that's what we brought them cats in here for. You know what I mean? And all along through the whole team, we wasn't really getting that, and that's the reason why we stuck in where we at right now. But you know what, man? Like I said, it ain't like we 8 games out of first place or 9 games out of the playoff spots. It ain't like we 6 games out of the playoff. We right there with right there, and not been playing consistent basketball the whole year. And now we feeling the COVID effect, and we got these guys out. So let's just hope that we can maintain this thing until halfway through the season. And then cause like I said, we had our little bit of learning curve the first half of the season. Now hopefully we can go into the All-Star break, like I said, at 500 or better, and then hopefully everybody get back. Then and we done got all the kinks out the armor. We've been in jail. I think the Knicks can go and try to make a little run at this thing, no matter what they do. I think no matter what they do, trading or bringing in whatever, I think if we can get on a little roll and stay consistent for a little while, I think we'll be fine.
Yeah, you definitely 100% right about that, man. That's why I always, no matter how many times I come on and I get down on the Knicks and I talk about players that may be in a trade and that's what we do as Knicks fans, man. And right now, the last couple of games, man, I must say they played a little bit better, a little better defense. Tonight they played really good defense. And only thing we got to do is string some wins together, man. We are still in this Knicks fan family. We are still in this, man. Don't give up on the Knicks. I still think that they are going to make a trade. I still think they're going to probably make one trade, maybe 2 trades. And, we just stay optimistic to see what happens, man. It just may happen a little later than sooner now. I don't think they're going to make anything. I wanted them to make a move by this week, sometime this week, right before Christmas or right after Christmas. But this COVID got everybody in a dilemma right now. So it may take a little longer to make 1 or 2 of these trades that they may need to bolster the team. I'm still optimistic about seeing them make the one trade that I think that may come down the pipeline is the Miles Turner trade, and we see what happens from there. Miles Turner, and we keep Mitchell Randle. We keep Mitch and have Turner as a startup. Man, oh man, that's probably going to be one of the best backcourts in the league. At least one of the top 3 in the league. I could think of 2 of another team that has the Lakers have a pretty good backcourt, but Miles Turner and Mitchell Robertson, come on, man. That right there should enable us to move up in the rankings.
Yeah, that'd be a pretty awesome front court. It will be, man. Them dudes are huge down there, and they both can block shots.
Mm-hmm.
Both can get it. Yeah, man, and I'll be excited to see how that go, man. And I'll open up the panel. I know we don't got long, but I'll open up the panel to you guys. Y'all guys want to come and get your words in, and all that good stuff, man. But yeah, it's definitely looking real good right now, man. I like the way they played tonight. I can't be more happier than Mitch getting his energy back. That's first and foremost. That he the way he played tonight, man. He had his spring tonight. And so like I said, man, it's been a little tough the last couple of games, man. We've been up and down, and like I said, we're dealing with feelings and emotions. I get it, you know what I mean? We fans, that's what we do. You know what I mean? We did some time when our team ain't playing good. This is the hardest. That now people understand why this is the hardest place to play. Because of people like us. It's the hardest place to play in the NBA because of people like us. Because the minute you ain't doing good, boy, we gonna give it to you.
Oh, we gonna really give it to you, man. We ready to ship you out on that first the first flight out. We ready to put you on that plane, pay your ticket, get you where you want to go, and don't look back on you no more.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a tough place to play because, like I said, everybody ain't built for this. You got to have a tough skin to play in New York City, man, and play in the world more famous arena and in the bright lights of Broadway with all us passionate Knicks fans out here, man. You got to be able to withstand all that stuff, you know what I mean? Because if you ain't got the mental makeup for that, this thing will eat you alive. You know what I mean?
This New York Knicks jersey is a very, very heavy jersey. Not too many people can put this jersey on and really boast of themselves or make themselves feel like they're part of this New York Knicks camaraderie. So, this jersey is one of the heaviest in the league, man. And, it takes some special players to put that jersey on their back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely, man. And like I said, let's hope that this jersey start really bringing us some wins, man. Getting us back getting us back to where we need to be. All we need is a couple of them. Just give me 3 or 4, and give me 3 in a row. Get us back to 500.
That's what I want. I just want to. I want to see where we at. Where we 500, Devon. You ain't so true about that. 500 might. We're not gonna be in the 12th place no more. 4 wins, man. Yep. We could do that in the next 4 games, man. The next 4 games is, we can get there, man. We can really get there.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me take a plug. I'll bring Jarvis in the building in 1 second. Yeah, man, but I think we can be there, man. Let me go and get a plug, and I'll be right back. I'll bring Jarvis in the building. Yeah, man, we back. Shy Power, Devon. We got Jarvis in the building with us, man. Jarvis, how you doing, my brother? What's going on?
Salute, Jarvis.
Salute, my brother. Salute to the chat. Devon, Shy, CT.
Salute,
man. I tell you, it's interesting, man. Oh man, but I wanted to mention something to everybody. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to concern anybody with the other night, but it concerned me with everything I was hearing. Come to find out today, I'm talking with somebody that heard the same thing. Now, I'm almost ashamed to even admit this. I don't know what's going on with firecrackers nowadays. This stuff sounded like shotguns.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And me thinking something was going on, like not far from the house, and it was so loud, it was sounding like actual shotguns. I couldn't even tell the difference. So that's why I was like, man, I hope everybody's all right. I'm hearing gunfire out there. So thank God it was more of a false alarm in there, but I found out today that it was those firecrackers. And what's made crazy about that is I don't know why they start popping that this early. New Year's Eve ain't even here yet. And they did that early, like this was like a couple of days before the 20th.
Well, you know what? A good thing you know, the good thing you are right, and only firecracker it was the one that popped off in the arena tonight. So the Knicks came up with it. So I'm glad you are right though, man. That's real talk, man. I'm glad it was a false alarm, and it was that's all it was, man. So salute to you, man. But what do you think about that game tonight, first and foremost?
Didn't catch a lot of it. Just small bits and pieces and stuff like that. One thing that I'm liking the fact that at least Kemba, you know, was you know, scoring like we know he's capable of scoring, but also, man, getting the ball to Mitch, lobbing the ball and getting them lobs and stuff to Mitch. So I salute him on that. I still think you know, we got to take that with a grain of salt, because when we're gonna start playing other teams with him and Fournier up in the lineup together, how will that do long term going the rest of the season if they don't make a trade? So, but for us tonight, I say good job to him, man. I ain't got much to say about him tonight. Fournier looked like he wanted to try to play some little defense tonight, so that helped. And also, he was making shots. So that's like, I guess, about three games in a row for him where he's making shots. So you gotta like that, you know. And what can I say? Julius Randle looked like he was pretty much in the flow of the game, didn't force anything. Gotta get those turnovers corrected a little bit more. But sometimes the expectation with certain players, you just got to take certain things that they bring, even if it's a negative, long as it doesn't affect the overall outcome of the game, to where it start being a major problem. And then don't get me wrong, I don't make light of the turnovers, but grateful that it didn't hurt us, you know, like in prior games. And Mitch, salute. Mitchell Robinson was a man among men tonight.
Yes, he
so
was.
if we can get that kind of consistency with him, but again, like I was saying, if you remember some shows back, I was talking about, man, you wait to give Mitch like around the All-Star break, or after the All-Star break that's when you're gonna really see him really back to himself, so forth, that's in shape and condition and getting back to the floor of the game. Because let's be honest, the man missed 9 or 10 months of basketball. Then he didn't gain about 60-something pounds. So he had to work all that back in. And then on top of that, hats off to him for toughing it out. Not only did he have to deal with his present, you know, circumstances conditionally off all the things I just said, but I also had to hear chatter from Knicks fans that, hey, man, he's not doing this, he's not doing that. Still be mentally focused and engaged that, hey, man, I'm going to still just keep working. Said something to the organization when he made a little comment, which was true, because they was not getting that man the ball. So I think, I don't think it's something, I don't mind him saying that, because I don't believe it's not anything that he haven't said behind closed doors.
Right.
If it was something that I thought would have been disruptive, I would have a different take on it. But hey, man, shouts off to Mitch. My man Nerlens got a question for you, Divine and Shaw, and Chad as well. Do you think Nerlens Noel is right back from his knee situation? It doesn't look like he is even right, man.
Not at all. Not at all. And I think that's the problem, is that's why I said you could tell the way he's moving. He's trying to get there, but he only could do it but a couple of plays here and there. Because, I mean, you know, you think about his offensive game, the last couple of games, 2 points here and there, no points here and there, no points, 2 rebounds. You know, Noel thinking better than that. So I don't think it's about, because I think it's not about his energy. I don't think it's about his game. I just think that man's still injured from that knee. I agree to 100% on that one.
Yeah,
that's what I think too. And then on top of that, when we have much better, competent point guard play, things run a little bit smoother. So I'm just grateful that a lot of it didn't hurt us on the defensive end. They actually played pretty decent defense, pretty solid defense tonight. Got to give the hats to the Knicks for that. But this is a small sample size. This was the Detroit Pistons. But I will say this: I don't make light of this win from Detroit just simply for this reason. Just simply to see if could be a rewriting of a chapter for Kemba and Fournier, to see if something comes out of that for them. What decision does Tibbs and the staff make on how they're gonna do this point guard situation. If there is a trade with those guys going forward, I don't know exactly what they're gonna do with that. In my book, it's not that hard, but I'll keep that thought to myself at the time. Everything is not always something that you have to express at the moment. Some things you just got to let it run its course and see what happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Overall, I think a solid win. Is on to the next game, and we'll see how this carries over. Hopefully, we can get some guys back from the health protocols, man. Hopefully, especially at the wing position. Um, and I just hate that came at a time where guys, especially our young guys, man, just came off of great games and then had to go straight into the health protocol. So it kind of just, kind of stifled stuff for the moment. But I don't think it's going to change anything. I think those guys are still going to come back hungry. But I'm just waiting to see if this carries over to the next game. So on to the next game for me.
Yep, real talk, Sha. He hit the nail on the head on a lot of points there, but I think that point guard play to help him was big with Mitchell Robertson, man. We've been lacking that shot power for a minute. We just haven't had a consistent point guard to get him that ball, Sha.
Yeah, facts, man. You see, you just watch and see with a point guard that can facilitate. It makes Mitch look a little bit better because it makes the team, the players on the team have they have to the opposing team has to play really. I mean, have to play defense on us, and as long as we can move the ball and keep everything flowing. It makes it easier for Mitch to get in there to get a pass or get an alley-oop or even to get down there and grab a rebound off of a one-on-one play against his own man. So, I mean, I'm a big homer for Mitch, man, and I just want him to, stay diligent and stay consistent with what he's doing right now.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be really interesting for me to see if they're going to start Kemba Walker. What does that do for Mitch? But I do think that Tibbs should bring Mitch back in the starting lineup. I really do believe that. I think he's getting his energy back now. So I would switch that because Noel not playing at 100%. So I would put Noel back there and bring Mitch back in the starting lineup. I just think his offense rebounding is amazing. I mean, this cat, the offense rebound with the best of them. You know what I mean? And we've been missing that sometime with Noel. And Noel's a good hustle player. I like the way he hustles. He hustles. He does some things that that goes unnoticed on a basketball court. Noel as well as Mitch. But I just think that Mitch give us a better presence in the middle. You know what I mean? His dominance in the middle to me is a little bit more impactful than Noel. But Noel does some real things that don't show up on the box score for me, and I like that too. But I do think Mitch is the starting center in New York City, man. And having a guy like Kemba who can break down them point guard, get in that lane, and Alex Burks could do it so often, but he's a shoot first type of guy. You know what I mean? And so, and that's why, like I said earlier, man, when he played with McBride the last game, why Mitch had that dominant game when he played with McBride that night. McBride was getting down that lane, breaking them cats down and getting Mitch that ball. And I just think that we got to have a point guard because them guys can't create their own shot. Mitchell Robinson's not a shot creator, but you need somebody to create a shot for him. And I just think that if you don't got nobody to create a shot for him, he going to run around there like he said the other day. I'm just running around up and down the court getting my cardio because y'all cats ain't got me involved because Alex Burks don't pass the ball like that. He did one tonight, was pretty good to see. He did it better, Jarvis. But I think that's going to be the key to our season, that we got a point guard who can penetrate, get in there, and get them balls to them guys in their spots. And then, like I said, they shoot a jump shot and miss. Mitch cleaning that up 9 out of 10 almost, it seemed like. So I'm glad to see that Kemba Walker had a good game. I think he was a real big impact on Mitchell's game tonight.
And you got to like that. I mean, as much as has been said, and much as we've been hearing certain chatter and talk about certain things that could have been going on behind the scenes and in the locker room, that actually, if you allow it, things to not be repaired, and you allow it to fester, you're talking about, man, will bring infection to the whole body. So it's just good to see. I'm glad to see. It looks like Kemba and Tibbs may have had a conversation or something, because it seemed like he kind of high-five Tibbs and stuff tonight. So that's good to see. Because we don't need any dissension, man, any division, man. Because we did need to recapture that camaraderie that we seen with these guys that was last year. And let me tell you something: you can have all the talent in the world, if you ain't on the same page in the locker room, and in practice going onto the floor is going to show up, and you can be more talented than a team, but you're going to lose.
Yeah,
You're not going to win consistently like that unless y'all on the same page with the sacrifice for each other. Everybody know they define roles, and everybody is focused on producing, giving maximum effort night in and night out. So you got to produce. So it's just about sometimes I still believe that Evan Fournier still might not, and Kimba might not be quite the right fit. But as long as they're playing like this, and you can find a way to like temper some of those minutes to where things doesn't hurt you too much going forward, you just solve the lineup. You got to solve this lineup situation. If you do that, then maybe no trades are made. I think those guys were brought in kind of to probably buy times while we're developing our young guys. So because of Kemba Walker being on a 2-year contract, he wasn't going to be the long-term answer. As well as Fournier, I know people was talking about that 70 million or whatever, but it's actually 3-year 54. That's the main thing. That fourth one is a team option. And the way he has played, I don't know if the Knicks are going to pick that up, concerning that, unless it's a major turnaround by Fournier. But other than that, I just think, and I was just about to say that, be civilized. Hitting it right on the head. I think those guys probably increase their trade value.
Yep,
a whole lot.
Yep.
And really be honest with you, even though it's a possibility that the names are coming up in trades, it isn't that I don't like him. It isn't that I don't like Fournier and think that these guys are talented guys. I just think the fit on the team is what's off with it. So I think those guys would definitely. I hope Kimber, especially if he be traded, I definitely hope he be traded to a contender, man, where he can really have a chance to win a title, where he can just come in and really give some offense off the bench to a team. And Fournier, I hope he finds a fit as well, man, to maximize, because I don't believe these guys in one season have just come to a place and just all of a sudden they just horrible, terrible players overall. I don't believe that. Sometimes it's just the situation is just not the right situation for you. And sometimes, man, just because you come to a place for a new start doesn't mean that what they need you to do, you're able to provide. But if you go somewhere and you are used appropriately and utilized appropriately, man, any one of these guys can be effective. We've written off a lot of guys throughout the years, whether it be draft or whatever, just for not being in the most appropriate situation. And some of it has been accountability on their part too. Don't get me wrong, because you got to work on your craft to get better. But I just think if you use these guys appropriately, they'll be comfortable in their role, and I think you'll see some surprising production. A clear example of what I'm talking about, and then I'm going to throw this no look over there to Divine, is Jerry and Grant. When we drafted that young man coming from the pedigree he had, coming from college, just won a national championship, coming in was known as the defensive point guard that was able to distribute the ball, keep the ball moving, attack the rim. I believe had he not have been drafted under the Phil Jackson regime and been drafted under the Thibodeau regime, it'd have been a much better fit for that young man. If Knox hadn't went through situations where he was pulled out of the starting lineup with other guys that came in replacing him, I don't believe his confidence would have took a hit, because it looked like that rookie year, RJ and him was kind of developing a little chemistry and rapport. So sometimes these guys are just not used appropriately, and it is what it is. But I just hope going forward, man, that those guys can carve out, something for the rest of their career and the remainder of their career if they're not a Knick going forward.
Yeah. You know what? That's the same thing I said about Dotson today. I think, can you imagine if Damian Dotson was drafted in this regime with Tibbs?
Yeah. Did they pick him up, Divine?
Yeah, he played tonight.
He's back in New York. All right.
On a 10-day deal, Shaw Powell. And I think that if he would have got drafted under Tibbs, it might have been a different ball game for him.
Yeah, he's definitely. Yeah, he's definitely a younger version of Bullock. guy that plays hard defense and definitely can come off the screen and shoot the ball and stuff like that. The difference with him is I remember a couple of times that he can drive to the hole. So yeah, if he came under, if he would have stayed and been under the Tibbs, he'd probably still he'd still be making a decent a decent amount of money right now in the league.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, man. So, overall, man, it's only one game, good win, though. I'm happy about it. I like like I said, not because of what Detroit Pistons, I just like the way the team played overall. Like I said earlier, I just like the way they played overall. I think they was moving the ball real well. They rebounded real well. Their defense was up to par. Because, like I said, them Detroit Pistons, they might be bottom feeder, but in a couple of years, that team's going to be special.
Mm-hmm.
And they got athletes over there, Devon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, they got young athletes, and they coach, their defense coach. He didn't play tonight, Dwayne Casey, but his sister coach is a product of what he do. And they play defense down there, man. They quick, they athletic, they get steals. I mean, they got some good young talent down there. So it wasn't like we came in there, because sometimes your record don't really indicate who you is as a team sometimes. You know what I mean? None of them guys in that starting lineup tonight played over 3 years in the NBA. I don't think. You know what I mean? So it was, we did what we supposed to do. We supposed to win that game tonight, and we won the game. And I liked all the performance. Like Fournier, like I said, like you said, drop there. Them guys might not be around, but while they on the Knicks, it's a win-win. You keep playing the way you playing, we win, and you increase your trade value. It's a win-win for everybody. You know what I mean?
My sentiments exactly.
Yeah, yep. And we don't have to worry about the fan base being down on us. It finally feel good, like I told Shaw Powell, to come in here without having to talk about the negative stuff. Because we lost, you know what I mean? We losing, and we can finally talk about something positive. And like I said, the game ball go to Mitchell Robertson. I like the way Julius Randle played overall. Kemba, 50 points in 2 games. I mean, like I said, that we could have easily won that game in Boston. We would have had a couple of more pieces.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it would have been a different story. We lost because we didn't have no wing players in the second unit that night. Nobody defend them guys in the second unit. And Kevin Pritchard and all them guys ran the muck on us. But you know what? We bounced it back good tonight, Sean. I'm happy about that. And Jarvis, I think we just got to go in here Wednesday, and that's a good team. You're going to get Bradley Beal, Spencer Dinwiddie, Kyle Kuzma, all these guys, man. You go Montrezl Harrell, David Bertans, all these guys. They can get it down. They can get it done now. They're 16 and 15. But I do think if we get RJ and maybe Obi back, we got a good chance of coming out of MSG Thursday with a win, man. Would really be awesome for us.
Yeah, we definitely. I'm looking forward to seeing these two guys come back into the lineup, and boast us with some real good play. We need them. We need them, especially against Washington. We really need them to come back. Hopefully they'll be back, and we really need RJ and Obi to come out and have a okay game, not a great game. Not a super duper game, but just a good game. Come in and get your legs back, get your wind back, play some good defense, try to grab some rebounds. If your scoring's not up to par, that's fine. Let's try to do the little things that you used to do when you was on the court, so could help us get into get a W at the end of the night.
Mm-hmm. Hey Jarvis, real quick. What would you like to see in the next? We got, let's just say the next 3 games. We got Washington, we got Atlanta, then we got a game after that. I would love to see the Knicks try to get on a good streak and get back to 500. I think we can get back to 500 with about maybe 6 or 7 more games left before the halfway part of the season. I would love to go into the halfway season at least 500 or better. And I think we can maintain like that. And I think we can catch light in the bottom in that second half. But I think all that negative stuff and all the guys not healthy, the guys not coming into the season because they might have been injured, all that's behind us. And I think we can get some camaraderie and some chemistry together and catch sail, man, and try to get a thing going leading to the second half. To me,
hey, I'm with you on that, Divine. I'll tell you what, if you see these next 3 games, let's say next 5 games, if the Knicks go 4-1 in them next 5 games, it's going to be because individuals are starting to get comfortable in their roles, know what they're expected to do when they get on the court, and we read and solve this the lineup and rotation issues. That happened. Ooh, man, that right after that All-Star break, Divine, it wouldn't surprise me if we get off the ground running. But this is what happens whenever you learn to kind of temper expectations a little bit. The thing that I want to see with those guys, let's see how good your short-term memory is. Anything that was said, anything that has happened the last game, even including this win. Only thing you want to take for this win is how you play together as a team, and
Mm-hmm.
how man and the effort that was put up on defense. I think, and you want to carry that over. Other than that, it's man, you don't even focus on what was back there. Just be determined that you're not going to repeat some of the same mistakes. And one of the main thing is don't repeat the lack of effort. You're gonna have to bring the effort night in, game in and game out. But I just want to just see them having short term memory, playing together, looking like they're having willing to sacrifice from each other, and just playing together as a team.
Mm-hmm.
If I can get that, I'll live with the results because we're still in the evolution of this team, and that's why on one of the podcasts that we was on a few pods ago, I was talking about man, maybe we have to kind of temper expectations a little bit and just allow this team to come together and just see what happens before we come together with these final verdicts
Mm-hmm.
on
Yep.
the
Real talk.
team and before we finalize so many things too much. Just only the obvious glaring things do we need to take care of. The rest will take care of itself as we play together and progress. But
Yep.
that's what I'm looking for. I think you're right on it, Devon. Divine. Next 5 games, we can go 4-1. I believe we beat and solved quite a bit. And hey, man, we might could catch lightning in the bottle.
Absolutely. Real quick, Chop Howard. If you look at this right here, and I just want to throw this up there because I think it's important. You look at our up and coming games in the league tomorrow. You got Cavs and the Celtics. Somebody knocking somebody off. You know what I mean? Cavs playing good ball right now. Then you got the Magic and the Hawks. You know that even though Hawks is better than them, that's a winnable game for them guys. They don't have Trae Young there. They don't got Gallinari there. Clint Capella's out. Then you got the Raptors and the Bulls. Most likely Bulls win that one. You know what I mean? The Bucks is the Bucks. Then, and then to me, that's why we just got to try to get consistent because these teams gonna be battling each other. Then look at Thursday, the night that we played the Hawks. Watch the Wizards. I apologize for that, guys. The night that we played the Wizards, you look at that schedule right there. You got the Hawks and the Sixers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean the Rockets and the Pacers.
Mm-hmm.
You got the Knicks, us and the Wizards, the Heat and the Pistons. You know what I mean? So Bucks and Mavericks. You got which will be significant for us. The Nets, the Hornets play the Nuggets in Denver. You know what I mean? And right now, the Nuggets, I mean, the Hornets are 16-17. They under 500. So it's really all about just catch a stride, man. And then obviously Christmas Day, there again we got the Hawks, the Celtics got the Bucks. They might take an L there. You know what I mean? Lakers and Nets, obviously. But so to me, these next couple of games can be real interesting, man. Y'all look at the schedule in the NBA in the next couple of weeks, man. I think the Knicks can really, if they catch light in the ball like we said and get on the roll there, you would be surprised where we'd be at in another week if we win. Like Jarvis said, we go 4-1, 5-1, whatever. We'd be sitting in a good place in the league. Shop out, and I think that could set us up pretty well by having guys coming back as well.
Oh yeah, it's definitely. I looked over the next couple of games, man. I mean, as of the beginning of the night, there's still I think it's 14 teams right now that's coming up that are around 6th place or under. Right now, almost in the same predicament that we're in right now. A lot of teams in the East right now are going up against each other. And they're going to be knocking each other down one by one. And some of the games that are coming up are teams that are right in front of us. And if we could put a win to their loss and a win to the other team's loss, and so on and so forth, we right back in this mix, man. In another week, we could string along 5 games, and we string 4 more games. Let's say 4 more games. So we just won tonight. We win 4 more games, and we right back in the 7th spot right there, man. Right out of the right in the playing spot right there. So we are not out of it. We are still in it, and the only thing we have to do is get some players back, get a little bit more healthy, and win some games, man.
Yeah, real talk. Listen, we're going to get out of here in a few minutes. I'm going to let Jarvis get his last words, and I'll go back around the panel. and we'll close the show, man. But good win for the Knicks tonight. I'm happy about that. But Jarvis, man, give it to us, my brother.
Well, hey, man, look, man, you've had teams, man, and it is no secret. Divine, you've been saying it, man, how the East could have, basically is beating up on each other. Even though we hadn't been playing the best of ball, we're still in the midst of things. And one nice little run puts us where we at and probably could jump up to the 6th seed. 6 or 7 seed, just like that. So, and I think with us, you have teams like the Hawks who started going on a run and, started increasing. And look at where they're at now, concerning how they started, as well as other teams. So I believe, man, that we are overdue for a run. A nice little stretch or a couple of stretches where we're playing solid basketball. I believe it could be. I believe we have a good case to have being only uphill from here. So we'll see how these things shake off. But man, I tell you, we are a run away from making a major jump up in the standings. So our hope is not lost. And that's why I'm glad, man, that I hear some still, saying certain things, but for the most part, man, I believe we're right there. I believe that we're right at the cusp of kind of turning the corner. I believe we're at the cusp of it. A couple little things, that we need to do, but I think we're right at the edge of turning the corner. So let's see if we can get it. I honestly believe if we don't get a point guard, I'm gonna just say this: we don't get a point guard. I am comfortable. And this is just me personally. When Deuce McBride comes back from protocol, even if we don't get that point guard, but he have increased minutes, I think that's a win-win for us. I think if anything, we'll make a complimentary move or two. So I'm gonna tell you 2 things to watch out for. One, Divine, you have said this person, and I'm hearing talks of it. Robert Covington. I think he's I think he's starting to be more on the Knicks' radar as the type of piece to where you can put in, implement, even move RJ back to the shooting guard spot. Man that plays a Reggie Bullock type of role, but is even do it better than Reggie Bullock did.
Facts.
So and not only that, I'm gonna tell you, keep your eye on one other thing. I hope it happens, but it's just the thing is, there's gonna be competition for his services, and that'd be the Miles Turner. Situation. Keep your eye on those 2. If we can't get Miles Turner, more than likely we'll get that wing.
Yep.
And we roll from there. Especially if you can get Mr. Ball, you can kind of see that he's able to give you a little more offense than maybe what originally anticipated. I'm not saying the man is a flamethrower, but I'm just saying he's shown that you get hustle plays, get putbacks, and even tonight he unleashed a little hook tonight.
Yep, facts.
So and he's coming in better conditioning. So I think I just say let's give it some more time, man. Let's temper expectations because this team is going somewhere. I mean, there's going to be mistakes that is made, but what I like about it is they haven't made so bad of a mistake that it cannot be corrected, man. These things is easy to correct with the Fournier situation and the Kimber situation. Those are not uncorrectable situations. So let's not be too hard on them on that regard. So let's see. Let's first things first. Let's just take care of Washington.
Yeah. Right before I pat the shot power, but that, do you believe it or not, Miles Turner and Robert Covington in that starting lineup changes the game. Hear me what I'm saying? That changes the game for the Knicks, bro. I mean, you talking about 2 defenders, good defenders at their position. They're probably one of the Miles Turner is one of the best at his position. So you got Robert Covington, Rojo can get it down. He can make it happen. So I just wanted to say, I would love the Knicks to pull that off. And Robert Covington only making $13 million. You know what I'm saying? That's an aspiring contract.
Yeah.
And people thought I was crazy when I said if you couldn't get Miles Turner, I would even take that Nurkic. He on a $13 million aspiring. Justin Nurkic and Covington for Noel and Fournier and whatever. You got to make that happen, bro. Because number one, you getting better at both positions, and you getting a banger in Nurkic who can kind of bang with the Embiids and them guys of the world, and Robert Covington can be the best of wings. He one of the best wing defenders in that game. So I think that would be interesting. I'm glad you brought that up. And that's something I want to keep my eye open to, man. Because I think if you don't do anything, you can't do too much, and Robert Covington would be that dude. Man, can you just only imagine it was Deuce McBride, RJ, Robert Covington, Randle, and Turner. That's a juggernaut here, brother.
See, Divine, see that right there, and see that's why I know we've been clamoring for that point guard situation, and I get it because I have too. But the more I analyze our young talent and look at the thing with Deuce is so poised.
Facts.
For a young point guard, the moment and the expectations and is not too big. He's just gonna be steady at what he does.
Yep.
So even if, of course, man, maybe he don't have a 28-point output, but maybe he has a 12. But the defense carries the way how he get the ball to guys are there, and the trust from Randle develops even the more, I think, and because of his IQ, even though much love to Kimba, but he does have a little higher. He has a higher IQ than Kimba, and Grimes has a higher IQ than Fournier. So man, that's one of the things that we always also said we needed was high IQ players, right. And this is why I am not so worried about Deuce in this position, because if we don't do anything else, even if Derrick Rose starts, you ain't got to play the man 30 minutes.
Right.
With Deuce there. You can keep him in his minutes and give the rest to Deuce. And just live and die with the progression and the growing pains that Deuce is going to go through. I ain't scared of that.
Nah, not at all. I mean, I think Shaw Powell's Deuce, to me, I don't have a problem starting Deuce for this reason. He's surrounded by some veterans. You know what I mean? It's like the Evan Mobley situation over in Cleveland. He around some guys who've been in the league, and he blending right in with them dudes, man. You know what I mean? And I think Deuce is the type of guy we need for this reason. Number one, he don't demand the ball. We're not dependent on his scoring. Leave that to RJ. Leave that to Randle, and let them be the scorers. I just think that when we go in the first quarter, the opposing point guard will not put up 10, 15 on the Knicks from the point guard position with Deuce McBride did shot. I just don't think that. I don't think that's even likely with that way that dude play defense.
Yeah. I'm with you, man. I hope he comes back and we could. I mean, it's gonna be hard to implement Deuce with Kemba still there, but and at the same token, with Deuce in the lineup, he facilitates. He goes down and he makes people set up, and they run the ball, run that fake screen that they do where they pass the ball around and then it comes back to the point guard, and then the point guard funnels the ball to who's going to make that move or who's going to take the ball to the hole. I like Deuce, and I think he's going to be one of, if not our starting point guard, he's going to definitely be part of our point guard situation. And I'm happy to see him be here for a little while.
Yeah, real talk. Well, yeah, man, it's been a pleasure, Jarvis. We appreciate you coming in, my brother, and I'm glad everything's well down there in Louisiana, man. You good down there? Listen, man. Right around Christmas, me and CT, the Real Buzz, we're gonna do a giveaway. I'll keep you guys informed how we're going to do it, what we're going to do. We're going to do some giveaways for Christmas on the Real Buzz podcast. So I'll keep you guys posted to that and let y'all know how we're going to get down. But we'll be back up on the set Thursday, man. Knicks in Washington. We go down there and get it popping, man, and try to get this second win in a row. We haven't had it, like I said, since October. This will be a good time to get it. It's going to be a tough game against the Wizards. They got some talent down there, but we got to come and bring our A game. We got to come to play. Man, salute to the whole chat, man. D-Roz, still Knick fan. Salute. Frank Matos, appreciate you coming in. Be civilized, my brother. You already know. Soul Finger, salute to you as well. All you guys, man. Thank y'all for coming in tonight. And Robert Woodward, my man. Rob, you already know how we get down. Dermot O'Sullivan, appreciate you as well. Y'all like to subscribe to the channel, man. We gonna keep it popping, man. And and let's get it going, man. And I'll see you cats Thursday pregame, and we get it popping. Me and CT the Streets of Butter, man. Y'all have a great next couple of days, man. Take care. So be safe out there. Y'all already know, man. The variant is running amok out there. The Omicron is not playing. I mean, I think it's spreading rapidly. So just take care of yourself and be safe, man. And until the next one, man. Next Real Talk. We got Shaw Powers, Jarvis in the building, the chat, man. We appreciate y'all, man. I'll see y'all on the next episode, man. Let's go get it. Peace.
Let's get it.
Peace.
Jamendo.com